Now I already know what you're thinking.
Hey, Scrabble, what does Kick-Ass 2 have to do with Space Month?
And the answer's actually pretty simple. So the first Kick-Ass was met with pretty good reviews, though a lot of people didn't see it in the theater, so it was kind of unknown if we were going to get a sequel. Until now! Now, being a fan of both the comic books and the first movie, I thought that, they're just gonna meld this together and it would be a cornucopia of awesomeness. But actually, I was pretty disappointed with it. They kind of tended to go where the first movie was, like, a cross between like a superhero film and Juno, and they really went all the way with it on this one, and I think they kind of did it too much. I mean, there was like this whole thing with Hit Girl, and like she was trying to fit in with the in crowd that really wasn't in the Kick-Ass 2 comic book. Now, it is important to say that this is actually a kind of a combination between the Hit Girl comic books and the Kick-Ass 2 comic books, so I didn't actually read the Hit Girl one, so I might be a little bit off here. Now, one thing I was really interested in what they were going to do is how they were going to portray the motherfucker in Kick-Ass 2. Because in the comic books, he was super nuts and evil. You really grew to hate the guy in the comic books. For example, he kills a guy, decapitates him, and then puts his best friend's head on the decapitated body. Yeah, doesn't happen in the film. They come close, but it doesn't happen. Now, that's actually a good way to describe the film from the comic book standpoint. They come close, but it doesn't happen. With something like Kick-Ass 2, which is pretty much just like a shock comic, where it's like, look at this, how did they do that? Wow! I mean, even the name Kick-Ass has like a shock value, where it's like, can you even really name a character Kick-Ass? Apparently you can. And the movie, like I said before, tries to go for this comedic thing, and it really tends to fall flat. I mean, there's one scene where this really diabolical thing was happening and it was totally ruined by this unnecessary penis joke, and I was really disappointed. They really didn't know whether to play the main villain as an actual main villain scary type person or this comedic relief thing, and he ultimately becomes a flat character, which is a shame because in the comic books he was a really good main villain. I was sitting there and I was reading it and one of my friends was like, hey, are you ready to go yet? Because the main villain isn't that strong, the heroes really don't have anything to repel against. It's just a bunch of people in costumes fighting things sometimes. Mostly it's just like this teen drama thing. It's really disappointing. Now, there are two good casting decisions in this movie, and that was Jim Carrey as Stars and Stripes and Turk as the other guy. I mean, that's pretty much what you're gonna call him if you see the movie. I mean, the violence could have been violencier and the story could have been better for sure, and if you're going in there after reading the Kick-Ass comic book looking for something more in the same vein, you're ultimately just gonna be disappointed. Now, if you've never read the Kick-Ass comic book, I don't know. I'd still probably just go see Elysium over this. I mean, the movie's not bad, it was just meh. It's kind of a good movie if you just turn your brain out for a second and just watch it without thinking. But if you're gonna go in there with any more expectations, you're ultimately just gonna be dissatisfied. So, I'll see you guys next time.